A lot of people get tripped up at this point because they've forgotten that functions are just specialized objects. But in addition to the fact that functions have the power of being invoked, functions are also capable of storing properties just like any other object. Looking at the diagram again, you could imagine that the function object that is referred to by the variable car might have a .methods property pointing to the object that we are using to store all of our car methods. It might be easier to reason about if you imagined that the car variable stored an object instead of a function. From this perspective, it's easy to imagine how the .methods property could be a property of the car object. But I would like to remind you of how similar a function is to a regular object, in that it's allowed to have properties just like any other object. It is also important to point out that there is no interaction between the properties of a function and what you expect to happen when you invoke that function. The invocation of the function only makes the lines inside the body execute. Invoking a function has no interaction with any of the properties of that function. Now you might be tempted to imagine that because we've added a property to the car function, some interesting mechanism is going to be engaged, or some rules about how functions work will start to become active. But there aren't any interesting rules that will become active as a result of the fact that we added a .methods property to the car function. This is just simple property access, like we've always done, but this time it's for the purpose of decluttering the methods object out of the global scope. All we've done is moved our methods object out of the global scope, and there's nothing special about car.methods other than that it's conveniently tucked away as a property of car.